let me explain. I think that what we were trying to say in the slides and what Alice was trying to say, and this is a very interesting point. We do not, let me put it this way, maybe this is clearer. We do not seek consensus. We do not say that consensus is a goal, because if we seek consensus, we're creating social pressure to find the consensus, and then we're distorting the individual opinions through the social pressure to find consensus. So, you saw those distortions that she had on the so-called polarization where people move to extremes. Those were discovered in jury experiments. In juries where people have to have a consensus, they reach a verdict in the jury, right? Unanimity even. We don't get any of those distortions because we don't seek consensus. In fact, we don't, and we try not to allow, also the domination was the more advantage. We don't have people saying where they actually stand on the issue. We simply want them to discuss the reasons for and against the different positions and give us their final considered judgment in a confidential questionnaire. It's not so confidential that we don't match up the number before and after so that we can do statistical analysis at the individual level, but we don't have their names on those numbers. And we have to, but if you're a high status person, we don't particularly want you to say, oh, I think A is much more important than B. You may say it, but we try to encourage people to keep an open mind until the end and to simply discuss the arguments, so that if there is a consensus, and there often is a big movement of opinion, if there is a consensus, we will find it in the individual confidential questionnaire responses. But we won't have people saying, as they often do in a meeting, well, are we all in agreement that we have to do this rather than that? No, we don't want that, because that creates just social pressure for people to go along with everybody else. So that's what I hope that clarifies. And that way we can study the individual opinion at the individual level and see what factors weigh in support or in opposition. And you will see also we sometimes do regression analysis to see which factors help explain the movement in support of something or in opposition to something. And those are sort of very interesting. There's some of those. That's why we include some of the other things in the questionnaire, like the values or these empirical premises that, if this, you do this, that will happen, or various assumptions that people might have that might affect whether they support or oppose a policy. Okay, so if we have time, maybe we can move to the, at least some of the moderator training. We want to calibrate this discussion and the question and answer so that we will still have time for our mock deliberation. So let's, Alice, are you there? Would you like to go on?
Yes, of course.
Please.